And when you sign up to see the patient, let's see that I am signing on now to see the patient. This is what happens. So let's pick a patient. Let me pick this patient who has an injury to his chest. And you see that labs have been ordered and done and ready, but x-ray has been ordered and not done yet. He's a CTAS 3. And what we're going to do is I'm going to sign up for this patient. And just as I hit sign up, logged in as myself, what happens is my name shows up here. And if I go now to the tracker and look at my list, the patient is now on my list. So I go see that patient, and he is now, I've changed it a long time ago to consult. I'm going to change it here to MD to C. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change MD to C by clicking, and you can do that here or in the tracker list. Just click here and decide what I'm going to do. So I have ordered an x-ray on the patient, so I'll say waiting results, or if I've ordered something, and this automatically changes the status. And eventually at some point down the road, I saw the x-ray and this patient say has a pneumothorax and Dr. Blewett's on call for surgery. So I'm going to hand him over to Dr. Blewett, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this and I'm going to change it to consult. Now all these times are kept in the audit and they're live. They change here, but they also change in my list. So what's going to happen as I go around my shift, and this is the waiting room, and you can pick up from the waiting room too, or from the department. I'm going to pick up this patient. I'm going to sign up for that. And then let's say I'm going to sign up for this overdose. And let's see, you can again change the status here. All you have to do is double click it, and the next status here is MD to C. That's for the nurses. Let me see if it has something automatic. No, it does not. So we can use this and say this one, I am waiting for treatment, and for this patient, after I saw them, just as I see them, I decide that I can discharge them straight home because it's a small injury, it's an abrasion. So I just say, wait a minute, did I ever sign up for this guy? No, I didn't. So he's now in my group. And for this guy, he's a CTAS 1, and after I've seen him, I have consulted ICU. And you can change these names. Say, for example, the injured chest here, after I consult him, I can change that to, let's say Dr. Blewett, so BLE, and you can hit F9, and that will bring up all the, okay, I think Blewett is BLECH, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's Chris Blewett. And okay it, and that changes this. You can also change the, and you can, again, let's take a look, and we can look at the tracker here. Let's go to my list. So you can make the same changes as you go during your day. So I know this guy I've given up for this consult, this guy I've discharged, this CTAS 1 I've consulted to ICU, and if you want to change this MRP, let's see who we have. Let's say Malcolm. And I just F9'd after I put the few first things in. Let's see, where's Malcolm? Malcolm, there you go. Anyway, McMillan, whoever that is, so just change it to that guy. You will notice something else here is that we're going to have the vital signs put in the comments line. So they will show up here. Oops, sorry. Or in the main tracker, they will show up under comments. So you can see the vital signs from triage in the beginning here, and a little bit of a story that a triage nurse is going to put in, so you know what's going on with the patient when you pick them up. And these comments are completely editable, so the nurse can either put the new or they can leave your comments there, because what happens is as you go to my list, you will see the nurse's comments in the second line. These patients here have no comments. So when we're done, you can choose the end of the shift. So this is a patient. So now I'm handing over. Tim came over, and at the end of my shift, let's go back to here. So what I did here is I saw the patient. If the patient doesn't need any workup, I just change it to discharge by MD right here. I see the patient. I change it to discharge by MD. The patient now gets the nurse knows that I've discharged the patient, and she can go on and pick up another patient. And this process is live. So charge always knows that you have discharged the patient. She can put a patient and start working on getting another patient to this bed. So if the patient needs some workup, you can order the workup. And same thing at the end, the nurse will put it up as reassessment. So let's go back here and let's say that I am nurse Penny. I think it's Penny for this patient, right? Let's take a look. And you can easily tell by double clicking here. Oh, we don't have a nurse. So let's say I am Penny, and Penny has everything back on this patient. She wants me to reassess him. So what she does is she changes the status to MD, and I think it's MD reassess or reassess by MD. That's F9. Yeah, patient to be reassessed. There you go. I think I picked up the wrong one. Okay, let's go with reassess, and we can find. So reassess by MD, and then I will know from the tracker that this needs to be reassessed. They use a different one in the emergency right now. We'll have to figure that one out. And once I see this in my list, I know I have to go back and reassess this guy. So I go back, I decide I need let's say an X-ray. So I order the X-ray, and what I do is I change the status then there again to waiting results. Now the beauty of this is it's live, everybody sees it at the same time. At the end of my shift, let's say I'm still waiting for the X-ray. I decided to hand over this patient to Tim. So what I do is Tim and I, just on the tracker, while we're handing over, all we have to do is click this and change this to Tim. So I happen to know what Tim's mnemonic is. And that's it. Now he's Tim's patient. Tim has to sign up for him. So we usually do the handover on Tim's tracker so he can pick up the patient. Now, the patients do stay on your list, so you can either at the end of your shift make sure that you've consulted or discharged every patient you have, and that way you won't miss any patients. You can also remove them from your list. So let's say I've consulted this and I want to remove him. I can say off my list and he'll be gone. You can choose to keep those patients so that when 2 days later you want to look at the results, they're still there in your tracker. And as you make sure that all their cultures are back and their x-rays are back and now you want to remove them, you can remove them again. Now let's say you removed a patient by mistake from your list. So let's go back. So all you have to do is pick up the patient again and say, put it on my list. And he should be now back on your list. Now the difference between sign up and put on my list, because this puts him on your list, this changes the name, signs me you up, and puts the patient on your list. There you go. And now what I'm going to do is I've changed this. This is discharged. This patient has been received. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over this patient to, let's see what we have here, to Jag. He's now the physician on record. And I'll just take these off. When I'm done, off my list, off my list, off my list, and my list is empty. Thank you very much.